again, you horrible lot. This week on Burntwolf Airsoft, it's time for some arts and crafts. I'm going to show you how to make a BB pouch for airsoft to stop all that ammo you carry into battle from rattling around in your kit. Now, there's some sewing involved. Personally, I think this is a skill everyone should have, as we all wear bloody clothes. But for those who really don't want to sew, there's a second quick fix version at the end. Either that or rope someone else into doing the sewing for you. For the first build, you're going to need some cloth, a needle and thread, a pop bottle, and a bit of string, as well as a knife and scissors. First thing to do, get your chosen piece of cloth and draw out a rectangle, measuring 15 centimeters by 30 centimeters. You're probably going to want to use camo material, but there's nothing stopping you from using a bit of an old t-shirt. Just make sure the fabric is tightly woven. This will make a pouch that will be able to hold 3,000 BBs. Feel free to make it smaller or larger depending on your own needs. Now simply cut out your rectangle. Cut this out and fold it over. Make sure if there's a pattern you want to see that it's on the inside at this point. Now sew around the edges. Now keep sewing around the edges, making sure there's no real gaps or anything like that. Do as neat a job as you can, but no need to be completely anal about it until you get to the end. Then leave yourself about 5 centimeters completely stitchless. Now turn the whole thing inside out. It should look a lot neater at this point. Now get that pop bottle and cut the top off of it. Make sure you leave a lip around the edges. Not too much, mind you. Only about 7 to 8 millimeters is fine. Please use a wash bottle for this unless you like your BBs to be sticky. And now simply insert this into the opening. And sew as tight to the bottle as you can so it won't come back out. Really pay attention at this part, as these stitches will be doing most of the work. Work around any areas of slack and keep on looping. If you can still get a needle underneath the cloth, keep going. You really need to overdo this part of it. It's the only thing you really need to pay much attention to. Now it's pretty much done, but for the finishing touch, drill a small hole in the screw cap on the top. Push a piece of string through this hole with a few knots on the end to stop it from going all the way through, and simply tie it round just underneath the screw thread. This will stop you from losing your screw cap mid-battle. For those who are worried about BBs getting wet or mud coming in through the bag, it's an easy add-on step to simply line this with a plastic bag. However, I wouldn't bother, as I've been using these now for 2 years and haven't had any of these kinds of problems, and I generally find myself up to my neck in mud most games. At this point, I like to write the BB weight onto my pouches so that I know what's in them, and if no one's looking, embroider scenes from the Tapestry. Everyone's got to have a hobby, don't judge me. Now, for those unable to sew, this second version only needs the following: a pop bottle, a cable tie, a small sock, and some string. I found that kids and women's size trainer socks are better than using full-size man socks here, as a full-size man sock will probably take around 20,000 BBs, and there's really no point unless you've maybe got a minigun or something like that. This is a size 5 woman's trainer sock for those wishing for a little bit of reference. Now simply cut off the top of the pop bottle. You're going to want to leave a little bit more of a neck on this build, and place the sock over the neck of this with a little bit of slack and cable tie it. Now get the excess and fold it back over itself and cable tie it again below the first cable tie. This should make sure everything's nice and tight. Then simply do exactly what you did with the other one. Drill a small hole in the cap, put your piece of string through it, tie a few knots and tie it around the neck. And there you have it, your completed Airsoft Ammo Pouch. A cheap, fast and easy way to carry all of your ammo into battle without having the rattling bottle giving away your position. And that's all for today's Arts and Crafts video. I hope you found this guide helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more airsoft tips, tricks, reviews and how-tos. Anyway, time to go raid the kids' sock drawer. That is